Can we make it a sweep? It would be the second consecutive sweep in this playoffs. I don't know. I'm at a loss for words at how seemingly easy this playoff run has been to this point. I wasn't expecting to just run roughshod through every opponent, through the first two opponents that we've seen in this playoffs. And the series isn't over, but you can see, 6-3 W in the first game, 4-3 win. So the Sens make it closer in the next two games in the series, but we're still taking the first three games in the series and an opportunity to eliminate the Sens in a sweep. Ottawa must be swept. That's not my opinion. That's legitimately what the game said when I loaded into this introduction to this game. And it can be done. It can very easily be done. I mean, when you got numbers like that, is this Canadiens team legitimately unbeatable this season? I have to ask the question. I mean, is it possible for this team to go a full 16-0 on a run to a Stanley Cup championship? I mean, if that, I would really laugh my ass off if we go 16-0 when I bumped up the difficulty and made it harder theoretically for myself. That's the part that I just can't get over. I made the game theoretically, from a slider perspective, I made it more difficult for me to win games. And we've won our first, first 7 games in the playoffs. We've done this before as well. But, I mean, to do it after giving the AI even more of an advantage is just a shock to me. Now, we've played every single playoff game that has been played in this Canadiens GM mode. That's a penalty. Has been played on Superstar difficulty. I want to point it out for anyone. I think I talk about Superstar difficulty almost every episode now, but it's just something that I have to hammer home. Because if there's anybody that is questioning what difficulty we're even playing this on, every single playoff game in this GM mode has been done on Superstar difficulty, which is as high as you can go. And that's the whole point to me. If we're going to go on a playoff run and win a championship, we got to do it on the highest difficulty. Well, the previous seasons, I nicked a few AI sliders down just to make it somewhat fair to myself as the human player. And we still ran on our way to some Stanley Cup championships. And each season, I've made a few tweaks to try to make it tougher for myself against the AI. And we still managed to come away with that championship. At least 3 out of the, 7 seasons we played in the GM mode, 6 full seasons, currently finishing off season 7 here. Get down there, Eller. He got tied up a little bit. What a big hit there he had for Turris. But I've done everything in my power to give the AI an advantage, and now I'm playing Superstar difficulty with maxed out sliders, and there you go. Now they're coming through with Silverberg getting the Sens off and running on the scoreboard with effectively a breakaway goal on the power play. LeBlanc's penalty proves costly. And does the reverse sweep begin here? Will there be a reverse sweep? It's totally possible. Ottawa just needs to get their game together. That's the biggest thing. And we cannot make mistakes like that one that led to the Silverberg goal. I drank my coffee and it went down weird. And so at least I'm not choking on it, but my throat feels really weird right now. I don't know what to say about the AI, basically, is what I'm trying to get. As I can't explain why we have won our first 7 games on this playoff run. And maybe the Sens get it together, or maybe Carey Price just has a full-time meltdown. That would be my worst fear. How in the world? Who destroyed Weirkoch? We got to shoot this. Krug! There's no way. Oh my God. What a save, though, by Lehner. And the parade to the box continues. Jarrett Stoll. I'm pretty sure this is a boarding penalty. Or is it going to be considered checking from behind? It's one of the 2. We're playing physical, so I like to see it. We've done plenty of work on the boards against the Sens early in the game, especially in the attacking zone, but they had the one shot on the first power play, and it went in. It is the difference maker in the game right now. They win it so clean, it all goes all the way back down toward Robin Lehner. It's closer to Lehner than it is to Carey Price off of what was an attacking zone faceoff that was won by the Senators. So we got to get in here. PK Subban continues the hit parade as well on the Ottawa Senators, and that should... that'll be played by the Senators. Hit parade also, by the way, fun fact, Mute Math song. One of my favorite bands. Also was a song that was on the NHL 18 soundtrack. I don't even know if it was 18. I could be wrong about which game that song was on. But anyway, always love Mute Math. Got to shout out Mute Math for some amazing music over the years. Unfortunately, they're not together anymore, but one of my favorite. I've seen them live as well. Amazing live band. All right, let's go inside. Eller, Toey. I had it around. I could have scored on Lehner there. Back to the point. Bank pass finds Tamernis with the indirect. A little geometric skills, but not successful there as the Sens bump us off the puck. And there's another big hit by Lars Eller. My God. If you're Ottawa, I think you're hoping you get swept because this punishment has got to end soon enough. Big save by Carey Price, the biggest of the game so far. And we get on it with Tamernis with the poke check. Okay, Ottawa is scaring me a little bit right now with these attacking zone possessions. This is a bad... Look at the save. Watch this. Woo! Deked everybody out. Deked the defender out. Almost deked out the goaltender, but Price with the last second adjustment. Ottawa has come to life in this game. They've definitely been the offensive aggressor. We've spent a lot of time on the kill. We've had 2 power plays that we've given to the Senators so far. We killed one of them. They scored on the other one. So, that's... I'm an idiot. Straight factual information. I'm an idiot. I thought we were on the penalty kill for some reason, so I just was going to crank it down the rink, which is fine. If you ice it, whatever. But we didn't even ice it. We slapped it out of play. Delay of game. So we take 3 straight penalties to start this one. Good job. Game 4. Always, that's the thing about having to sweep an opponent. Is nice heavy block by Matt Duchesne there. The thing about sweeping an opponent is getting that 4th win in a series. So you can ask the Winnipeg Jets about this. Getting that 4th win in a series is always the toughest part, right? When you have an opportunity to sweep an opponent. We're going to be passed with Ming. Or, well, okay, well, all right. I'm going to take that as a L. I guess that's an L right there for you, Bouchard. Oh, no, we gave it... Normally it's Corey Conacher that's all around the puck tonight. Tonight it's Jakob Silfverberg. Nice move, Tamernis. And couldn't get it to Marchand. That's going to be a break-in for Erik Karlsson. McCulloch saved again. Price, Tamernis. God knows. Weird. Look at this. Oh, I didn't realize I had the puck. I was so focused on the play going on up ice. We've got to get our game together. That was almost a delay of game as well. What is this gameplay? Why are we so terrible? Do we just suck, or has Ottawa made an adjustment? That was not where I wanted to slap the puck around. I gotta get help here. Help me out, Severson. There it is. And we will slap this one, ideally off the glass and not out of play, over the glass. Played along by Lehner to Kishton. We are back even and healthy. Hopefully we stay this way for the rest of the, at least first period of play. There's definitely going to be more penalties to come in this game. Certainly from my team, I would anticipate. But we got to stay out of the box for the rest of the period. And I want to slow play down, but Ottawa will not allow that. Bank off the boards. There it is for Sukai Ming. Now stay in here with me. That was not the deke. That was not at all. I didn't want to do a deke. I wanted to drop it. But there it is. Ming. 2-1 knee. That was a good setup for Sukai Ming. Just a better save by Lehner. We have barely made Lehner work in this first period. I want to see what the shots on goal are going to be. Now, I got something that I want to talk about after this replay gets done showing, and it's related to offensive possession. So when you look at the stat screen at the end of the game, because I always show the end of game stats at the end of every single playoff game, so you can look at, who had the most shots on goal. You can also break it down by shots on goal by period, face-offs won by period, all that stuff. When you look at the time of possession, that's a stat that's always interesting to me because I always outpossess the AI. But there is also a very good reason for that. The AI don't really seem to hold the puck in the zone very long. they don't set up a cycle. You know what I'm saying? So I like to cycle the puck against the AIs. That was a tough handle. I like to cycle the puck instead of just pass it around a couple times and then shoot, and then some one-and-done possession. The AI like to have a lot of one-and-done possessions in the attacking zone. They also dump the puck in a lot, and then they don't actually get anything set up offensively speaking. So I will pretty much always, even on the highest difficulties, I will pretty much always dominate the AI in terms of time of possession or time on the attack. So that's a stat that, honestly, I throw that one out the window. And the stat that's more important to me, is what I'm basically trying to get at, is shots on goal. And I like to see a game where both teams have the opportunity to get plenty of shots on goal. Maybe the AI outshoot me here and there, and maybe I outshoot the AI here and there as well. It's all about having that competitive balance. That's what I'm trying to really achieve with any of my sliders, is a competitive balance so that both sides have a competitive opportunity to win the game. I didn't really do a good job of wording that, but I just want it to be as fair for both sides as possible. I don't want to easily beat the AI. I don't want the AI to easily beat me. I want to have to work for my victories. And right now, I'm having to work for my victory. There's just nowhere to go right now with my team. We haven't gotten out. What the heck happened to that puck? There it is. It's free. And now if you go up there, there's Duchesne. They close down. They're playing a lot tighter game defensively through the neutral zone. We haven't helped ourselves out either by taking penalties. We haven't gotten anything established offensively in this game. They get to this dump in. You see what happens when they actually get to their own dump in. It becomes a problem for everyone involved on the ice for the Canadiens. We're just trying to frantically dump this puck out. I need to hit Duchesne. This is my support play. I'm going to kick this wide. Pacioretty, join the play to Murnus. Perfect. That's just ultimately the most frustrating thing in the world. We are offside. Man, I waited patiently for my D to join the play. He gets it, slap shot in the nail gun area and right off the post, or right off the crossbar, and not even out of play. I'm a little off my game for this one. So we're going through that's the other thing that's going on right now. So I have a good amount of time on my hands. We're going through a bit of an ice storm right now. So I'm not snowed in, but I'm iced in. I am iced in and can't go anywhere. And for those of you who are maybe from further up north or have no idea why are you iced in? Well, we don't really get a lot of winter weather. We don't get a lot of snow or ice, at least not frequently. If we do, we get it like a couple times a year, 1 or 2 times a year, basically. So we don't have any equipment to deal with snowed out or iced out roads. So if we get snow or ice storms, you basically we put down, like, it's not even salt that I don't even know what actually gets put down. Somebody that knows what officially gets put down can probably explain it better than I can. But it's essentially salt the roads, and that's the best that we can do and hope for, is that the roads aren't too bad. So anyway, the point is I'm iced in and I have plenty of time on my hands to not do anything at all and record this as of today, here in the month of January. Definitely, January for us is the worst month of the year from a winter weather standpoint. Like, it's the coldest month of the year, and it is the month that brings the worst potential for winter weather, and we don't get a whole lot of it. I'm full on having a discussion about winter weather and playing the game, and not even really. I'm just playing the game on autopilot right now. Really, it's amazing that I can play the game on autopilot and not have to think about anything that I'm doing at this difficulty. I think that just shows how, to me, nice goal. That's just how comfortable I have gotten with playing the AI on this difficulty. I swear to you, the first time I played the AI on the highest difficulty, I had a hard time staying with them, and I just have continuously gotten better and better and better. That was a nice feed in the setup to the back door. Now, there's a couple sliders that I can bump up, and I may do this for the next playoff run. There's a couple sliders I can move and bump up for the AI, and they'll be practically unbeatable. But that's the whole thing that I'm trying to avoid, is I don't want an unbeatable AI. Is that a penalty? I mean, we're going to take it into the intermission. It is. I don't know if it's a penalty or not, because the Hedman touched the puck as the horn sounded, so I have no idea if we got away with that hit. But that goal by Kamayev, clutch. As I have talked about basically everything but the gameplay in the first period. But there's a lot going on right now. Are we going to... This is the backdoor feed. Is this the last highlight of the period? It'll be the last highlight of the first period. I didn't look at the time of possession, but we got outshot 12-6, which isn't a surprise. When you give the AI the power plays that they had, they're going to have a lot of shots, and they'll have a lot of possession. I think they outpossessed us in that period, but we were very patient with it at the end as well. I mean, I'm going to be very patient with the puck in the attacking zone. Why did they... Okay, we found our way in anyway. I don't know why he slapped that off the boards the way that he did. Sometimes some of the animations in this game are just straight up a little bit funky, but I still love this game for everything that it is. I can appreciate... See, this is a game... Here's my thing about NHL 14, okay? It's not a perfect game at all. Far from a perfect game. But by far, I think this is the best game EA has ever made. And I stand by that statement and that belief. This is the greatest thing EA has ever put out. And I love this for all of its flaws. This is a game that's so good that any of its little quirks and flaws I can overlook because I have such a fun time playing this. And that's why I'm doing a series with the game, because the gameplay is by far the most enjoyable gameplay you can get out of an NHL game, and they'll be offside. It's crazy that we're here. It is, as of now, as of the recording date, it is 2026. It is the year 2026. And EA can't beat a game that they put out almost 12 years ago. When exactly did this game drop? Because NHL 14 would have dropped in September of 2014. We have the net come free. Yeah, we did. But I think this game came out, September 2014? So it's near... Basically, this game is almost 12 years old. I didn't even know that was as violent as it was. Who is that? Who had that hit for Ottawa? Number 29. I'll remember that. I don't even know who he hit. I really don't. Don't tell me it was Sukai Ming. I think it was Kamayev. I'm not sure. I want to say it was Kamayev, but I didn't get a good look at who the unfortunate Canadiens player on the receiving end of that hit was. Krug is playing without a helmet, too. This is dangerous. This series has officially become dangerous. One player just got knocked full stride into the net and lost his lid, and now we got Krug out here playing without a helmet. Come on, Dumoulin, you got to play that puck. We got to get to this. Here we go, Ming. The one thing that I love about this game that I hate that's not in the modern games, give and go, nice give and go play with Ming. One of the things I love about this game that I complain so greatly about the modern game is this game has created plays in it. You can create plays, you can actually custom AI. You can do custom AI. Now, the custom AI isn't like you can full on change everything about the AI, but you can tell the AI kind of how you want them to play. You can create plays to tell your AI teammates where to go on the ice, so you can set things up. I mean, I'm just a wizard passing the puck right now. Stoll, nice try. I love it because, like, this game just I can't tell you in words how fun this game. Man, look at that. The calamity there on Erik Karlsson. What a hit. This is how a Sens and Habs series should be. This is a physical series, but you see how I've got this created play going in the corner for the cycle just to tell the AI players how to cycle the puck? That's cool. Like, you can't do that in the modern game. You have to rely on EA's programming of the AI to hope that they know how to cycle the puck. At least in this game, you can tell them where to be, so you can kind of halfway cycle it. Yeah, you can kind of halfway cycle the puck in this game. I had that on the stick there with Duchesne. Back to the point, because it's available. Hedman, take a shot. We haven't seen much from Hedman. What a save on the deflection. It's so hard to have a full conversation and play this game at the highest game speed. I'm trying as hard as I can to have fully fledged out thoughts and do the gameplay. So if my thoughts aren't the most fledged out, that's why. But basically, I mean, the gist of what I'm saying is the modern day games pale in comparison to this, and it's sad. It's just a sad state of affairs. When you look at what EA used to be, they used to strive for innovation in these games. The EA hockey games used to be some of the most innovative. They came out with the skill stick. I thought one of the coolest things that they did back in 2013 when they dropped NHL 13 was true performance skating. That hit was crazy. That's the one thing about this game. The hits are a little cartoonish, and I have hitting power at the minimum possible value, and there's still, some of the hits are still pretty cartoonish looking, but I Again, that's one of those things about this game. I can overlook it because I have such a fun time when I play this. Jarrett Stoll, look out. No way he handled around. Backdoor feed. Nope, we're going to stop. Deke off the boards. I love the creativity from Stoll here. Oh, my God. I'm just putting all of my skill on display right now with this gameplay. I don't know how I still had the puck after all of that. And they had their first pair D on the ice. And I had my fourth line center holding onto the puck. 37-year-old trade deadline acquisition, Jarrett Stoll. I could talk all day, by the way, about how good this game is. It's like I said, it's not perfect, but it's just there's something about this that just keeps me coming back. Over the years, I just can't stay. You can't get me to put this game down. Just over the years. Some people loved NHL Legacy, which was basically NHL 15, I believe, for the old generation of consoles. And I never played that because I never wanted to buy it. I basically saw NHL 15 as an NHL 14 like skin. It was NHL 14 with a roster update and a skin for the 15 season, basically. Uniforms, rosters for the 15 season. But I never played it, so I can't confirm if anything about the gameplay was better. And we just missed negating that icing. I keep forgetting that there, Corey Conacher, there he is, man of the show. I don't know why he's the man of the show. Your team's down 3-0, and he hasn't been entirely absent in this series, by the way. But yeah, I don't know why he would be the man of the show. Nice play. We had that on Carlson. And Carlson still holds onto this puck. Go figure. That's how good Erik Karlsson was. I'll tell you, when I tell you that I miss seeing prime Erik Karlsson, I mean I miss seeing prime Erik Karlsson. One of the most entertaining players to watch at that time in the NHL. So yeah, the one thing that I miss from EA is the innovation. They just are not an innovative studio anymore. And there's a reason. I mean, why? Oh, we took a penalty. Why innovate and update the game if people are just going to buy it every year anyway? And you can make minimal changes. You make minimal changes. You don't have to put as much effort into the game year after year. And honestly, I think we don't even need yearly releases. If you told me that we're not going to get yearly releases, we get a game every other year maybe, but each game is more innovative than the last one. Play was right there. That would have been one of the most insane goals I would have ever scored in this game. I've scored a few insane ones. I really have. There's something so satisfying about deking out the AI opponents. Conacher is around Price again, and we have a whistle that we're forced into taking. It's a little late to start these kind of shenanigans, these kind of fights. This is a losing battle. Ottawa Senators. He has a 13-game point streak? I did not know that information. That's kind of an unreal point streak. That goes all the way back to the regular season for Matt Duchene. He doesn't... Who has a point tonight? I don't think it was his line was not on the ice when we scored the goal. It was Kamaev's goal assisted by Brad Marchand. I know that. So the point streak is at risk at this moment in time. Look! That was really well played by Hedman. I tell you, I just get more and more comfortable playing this game every single time. It's just repetition, baby. That was such a satisfying hit. That was such a good hit. It was really satisfying. And that was not an unrealistic looking body check either. This is the sense that I wanted when we... God. That was such an unnecessary penalty for us to take off the rush. But this is the Senators team that I wanted and thought I would get when I jumped into this playoffs. I was hoping we would get a game, get every game like this. I mean, they're not holding anything back in this one. It's harder for us to find offense tonight. Lehner's been pretty good in this game. He has kind of been a stone-cold fox in the net. They gotta quit winning these faceoffs all the way back into neutral ice. It doesn't do you any good, especially with having the power play, and McCulloch just missed it. When you got a hot, I mean, Carey Price is playing as well as he is right now. You can't miss the net when it's wide open like that. I'm just going to do up and over. Oh my God, I would have been in the clear. There's no way. I would have been, what a hip check that was. I would have been in the clear, 100%. Full stop, Spezza saved on the doorstep, Price. Price is amazing in this. Price is the reason I think that we have won every game. I mean, I think he is single-handedly the reason. There's a deke, there's a second one, couldn't get around. They're really good. You can beat him with the first deke, but the second move is almost impossible to beat him with. You got to have a really good second move. Conacher again. Patch ready. We got to get it. Well, I hate that they kind of stand around and watch the puck as I played it there. All right, Eller. That was a very deceiving shot. We're offside. Okay. I'm having fun. This is the most fun I've had playing a game. Of the 7, what is this, the 8th game? Of the 7 full games that we've played and the partial 8th that we're playing right now, this is the most fun I've had against the AI. It's really, really competitive. And maybe for next year, we just give it a juiced up AI. And if we win the cup, then I don't know what to say if we win the cup next year. Juicing up the AI a little bit more. I thought I juiced them up for this playoff run, but that doesn't seem to be the case so far. It's like I said, I think Carey Price is really the biggest difference maker for this team. I mean, he's on a roll right now that just can't... This is a Vezina Trophy. This is Conn Smythe Trophy winning run that he's on. And it's funny because I've always said that, you know, he should be in that conversation for Conn Smythe Trophy. At least one of the 3 playoff runs we've been on to win the cup. I think Price should have been in the conversation on at least 2 of the 3 runs that we were on prior in this GM mode. The most recent Stanley Cup we won, Price wasn't good enough for a Conn Smythe Trophy. We missed that pass. I wanted to hit Duchesne in the middle of the rink. We're already down to the last 60 to go in period 3. We're doing a great job defending Ottawa. We've helped our goaltender out. Our goaltender has helped our team out. I feel like I've been really creative with the playmaking. The player switching was all over the place right there, and it really screwed up that possession for me. I could have kept that puck in. No, you gotta be joking me. That's a lucky break. I don't know who this hit. I don't know if it hit one of our players or if it hit their player. I think it hit Eves, and he's going to score the goal. And Price he's nowhere to be found because he slid out of position. And Eves, a trade deadline? I don't remember if he was a deadline acquisition or if he was acquired well ahead of the deadline, but he was acquired earlier in the season simulation by Ottawa. I forgot where from, so we can tie the game here if we can push this. There was a rebound. You got to be on that rebound. We could have easily tied the game there, but a good pushback off that face-off, getting a shot on later, testing the goaltender, make him make a save. I'm not worried at all right now. I'm really not. We got a 3-game advantage in the series. So if we end up dropping this game, I'm not going to be fussed about it. But ideally, I mean, you like to finish the job while it's still possible. Ask the Winnipeg Jets about finishing a potential playoff sweep. They couldn't get it done. They couldn't get that 4th win. Just seemed like it was out of reach for Winnipeg after we turned the tables. Will Ottawa turn the tables on the Canadiens? They got a fortunate break at the end of the period. The worst thing about that is that came at the end of the period, and that can really suck a lot of the life out of a team. Now, that's not my objective, is to let the life get sucked out of my team. I want to come out here and show that we mean something. We've had good chances in this game. We've been very patient with it offensively. So we got to imagine that the chances for our team will come if we continue to push the hot button issue. Continue to test Lehner. A little out of position here with Hedman. I don't know why. I had no fine control of Hedman there, but I have him now. And his kick down, Subban. Cover Conacher. There's a good chance for Ottawa. They're bringing their A game right now. They've been playing a much better game here in Game 4. And facing elimination, you would expect that on home ice as well. Yeah, rejected dump in. And they can play content to dump the puck in. It's worked out because they've taken away the half wall, the dump in, the rim play. I don't know why I said dump in. It's a rim play around the board. So I'm going to rim this myself behind the net. Bump out in front, turn. What a save by Lehner. I've officially got to start thinking about how to get the puck. I got to think about how to simply just get the puck out right now. I like to just play it off the glass and out. I like to play it off the boards and out. Turn, fire, Ming. For Kamayev, we just play it into an area. I didn't mean to drop that between the legs. Take the board. Do the same thing they did to us. Take the boards away. I'm out of position with Terminus, but Stoll's covering. Good stick by Stoll. Dumoulin's got to skate this. And I'm going to just punch this to the outside and shuffle it back down low. There you go, Weiss. Down low. Kind of get a bit of a cycle going, but Zibanejad, really well defended by Zibanejad. What the hell was that? That was kind of a careless play. That was a careless play. Stoll. He turned the wrong way. He's going to help his teammate out. Lose puck deep to the inside. We lose it. That was not the move. Go get it. At least put a hit. Oh. I mean, they're really sloppy right now in their own zone. We got to take advantage of this. Ryan Reeves. There's no way Reeves is a threat. There's no way. Physically a threat, but offensively, no. We are on side with this. Drive the net. There it is. In front, Monahan taps it on. Good play. You're going to scratch and claw your way if you're Ottawa to a victory, if you're going to get one. Feed for Eller. Missed. Down low. Monahan. Oh, I hate when I just turn it away on a dumb deke like that. Just a loose giveaway that should have never happened. Oh my God, Subban almost blocked it into the net. Spezza, weird handle by the side of the net. I got help behind the net from Hedman. Oh, puck finds Pacioretty. Nice sly move. A second sly move. A third sly move. There comes the body check. Get out of town with that stuff, Pacioretty. That's what they said. It was a hell of a back check. The Sens have spent the entire period in their own ends to this point so far. LeBlanc up to, that was supposed to go to Duchesne. We're going to slap this in. And it'll hit a Sens player in the hand. Back down low. I got help. No way I found Pacioretty. LeBlanc. Wide. Oh, I love the passing, though. Gotta love the way we're trying to set it up. We're trying to find that guy in the slot. The slot area is key. That's a bad turnover. We can transition this. Nope, to the outside. Yep, get to the outside. You're gonna absorb some contact. You won't be able to avoid it. Look at this. Kamayev and Ming, and he still skates away with it. Kamayev and Ming involved defensively, knocked down by the face of, I believe that's Brad Marchand, knocked down by the stick of a Sens player. Look at this neutral ice play. What the heck? What was going on there? Oh, bad turnover. We just gave it right to Bickle. The former Canadian, Brian Bickle. Stanley Cup champion last season. All right, let's go Agent 47 style here, Krug. That was the opposite of Agent 47. No assassination. Come on. The Ottawa is content to play this way. They got the 2-1 lead. Moved by Carlson. Saved by Price. I feel like at this stage of things, a goal for the Sens is basically the death sentence on this game. Down low. That was a nice try. Monahan's had a couple of nice ones. Point blank in front of the net. So we got to fully focus on offense now. I got to get focused on my gameplay. 100%. This game has been a battle for us. Their defense has been pretty good. I've been trying to be really patient as well with the way that I set my plays up in the attacking zone. Lehner's been a stone cold fox in the net, like I alluded to earlier. There's just nothing really to do against the Sens right now. D, please keep this on side. Into the catching glove. 6:20 to go in the third period. There's a lot of game left. We're absolutely still in this. We're not out of this by any means, but this has been the best game of the series for Robin Lehner. I don't think I even have to say that. The saves, the fact that he's kept us to just one goal tonight on the evening. It was a backdoor play as well. It's just a backdoor one-timer that we scored on. So that's nothing to really shame the goaltender for. Monahan's had a good game, but we're going to play this outside and just get it in deep. Now, the problem is I don't have but one forward going after that puck after we put it in deep. put it in deep. Yeah, we did. We put it in deep. I mean, Didn't put it in deep enough. Deep enough. Let's go, Jomerson. Do I kick this wide? I mean, they're defending the middle. I got to kick it wide. Drive. Absolutely, that's a penalty. Down low. The penalty just drawn by Jomerson. All right, patience here. It's a delayed play, and it's a free play. Yes. Oh, it's blocked. That's really frustrating to get that play blocked. Back to Hedman. Over to Subban. Where are we going with it? The Sens are out of sorts here. They don't know what to do with this. Oh, they would touch it there. That's fine. That's fine. 3:49. There's a lot of game, and now we have the power play, the most important one of the game. The whole game comes down to this. You cannot hit a player that does not possess the puck like that. I gotta contemplate something. Do you pull the goaltender for an extra attacker to make it a 6-on-4? Even though there's, plenty of game left. Let's just see what happens here. All right, Subban is available. That's it. Did we deflect that? I think Duchesne got a deflection. We'll try it again. Oh, Subban looks lethal up there at the top of the point. We gotta utilize that right now. If he hit the net on that last chance, who knows? Bank pass, finding Pacioretty now. To the outside, stop. Operate out of the corner. Okay, what do I have? I don't have a one-timer on the back door up to Subban. Slow it down. Draw the penalty killers. They're being very patient with it right now. T into one. No way! I'm stunned. I told you that Subban looked lethal from up top, and he has tied the game on the power play from the top of the umbrella. Just the second of the playoffs, but the patience. And see how they're in a box formation on the penalty kill, and they were just kind of standing around. They were not pressuring the puck like the AI typically do in this game. And that gave me so much time to actually pass the puck around and set up the Subban shot. Now, it wasn't a one-timer. He settled it and then slapped it. I had a feeling. I told you that PK looked lethal from up there, and he is indeed lethal. Oh, that was such a... Oh, my God. Help Hedman out. We goofed that up a lot. I'm going to dump this in. We can play to win the game right there. We can play to overtime, and I'd be fine with this game going to OT. I wouldn't have a problem with this game going to OT. All right, we got to clear this out of the way. Bank pass. Icing, I'm going to give up the icing. That's an icing. I'm just happy to be tied. I'm happy to be tied right now. What a bad time to give up a goal like that for Robin Lehner. I mean, the game's not over, and it could still be won in regulation play. Am I going to is that a preview? Is that a spoiler for what's going to happen? Oh, no. Now Subban, from hero to zero now. He took the penalty. The fans in Ottawa, technically Canada, are getting on their feet for the spinning cat meme song and a big Sens power play. Yeah, it always kind of surprised me that the Senators, this is a real, I've never been to Ottawa or Canada for that matter, but it always surprised me that the Ottawa Senators arena is pretty much in the middle of nowhere. It's in the middle of nowhere. I don't know how far of a drive it is from downtown, but it's clearly, if you look at it on Google Maps, for example, it's like way away from downtown. It's not even close to downtown. But then again, so is the Hurricanes arena. It is basically built around a bunch of fairgrounds and far from actual downtown activity. But yeah, it's kind of interesting when teams don't actually play anywhere near downtown like that. It's just kind of an arena, kind of sort of in the middle of nowhere. I don't know if it's a pain in the ass to get to, but because I have never driven there. I don't know why they're not regrouping quicker than this. They need to push this. They have this power play in the remaining seconds of regulation. Well played by Hedman. Are we going to get to this again? We did, but it's Conacher as always. I got to defend the net front. I can't go chasing that. I can't chase that. I got to defend in front. No. Yep, take a face off. We have got to win this. So look at that. PK forward one, exhausted. They were out there for a long time. And he has points in his last 8. I didn't pay attention. Does Duchesne have the point on the Subban goal? Was he out there for the Subban goal? I don't think so. I didn't even think about that. Because remember, he's got a 13-game point streak that is riding on the line here. All right, LeBlanc. I've kind of thrown a few possessions away with a few clumsy dekes. We will go to overtime for the first time in this series. Well, it's going to come down to this. An extra 20 minutes. Who knows how many actual extra minutes will be played, but an extra period is necessary for the Ottawa Senators to avoid elimination and the dreaded sweep. But this is the tying goal, Subban 5-hole. Well, I have good news. This is overtime. I have bad news. Matt Duchene's point streak of 13 games is at risk as we begin overtime. He did not get the assist on the Subban game-tying goal on the power play, but he's out here to kill the last 30 seconds of the Subban minor penalty offs, because Subban took a minor penalty for, I don't know what the, oh, here we go. Here we go. Okay, I kind of goofed that up down low for Pacioretty. Well, okay. Duchene's really trying to keep that point streak alive. Conacher is always the guy that's handling the puck. Someone's got to get this. We got to clear it. I see Pacioretty. And it's Conacher again. Nice. Nice play there by Edmund. We blocked that down. Duchene. Turris saved by Price. Yep. This has been by far and large the best game from the Ottawa Senators so far in this series. Someone's got to go on the boards, go on the boards. I'll skate it where am I supposed to take the puck if you don't get on the boards? Bouchard, you're getting lit up. And he was, Victor Hedman style. Oh, it went between the legs of Su Kai-Ming. I had the perfect play set up for him. Well, from here we can forecheck. It's okay. Second line on the ice. Whoa, Kamayev. We're still offside. I did all that to buy time to get an onside play. Wrist shot into the glove. I did all that fancy handle to just buy enough time to get an onside play and a possession. It worked out. We got a shot on goal for the overtime. This is the Kyle Turris chance that I thought might have ended the game. I mean, that's a prime shooting area for any player. I was about to say a prime shooting area for a forward, which is not untrue either, but any player will take a shot from right there. I need a face-off win from Stoll there. I mean, I need my fourth line center to just come through, get me a face-off win. Krug, that was an unnecessary spin move. There are legitimate battles for the puck in the corner. I'm keeping the puck alive right now, and so are the Sens for me. And try to connect with Polkinen. That was a good try, good opportunity. They're going to send it in down low. I'm flipping it. And they're still, that's the good thing about that play is they're still offside and they have to dump it back in. Krug. Go on the boards. Too hard. Way too hard of a pass. Is it going to become an icing? It's going to be shy of an icing. I love how we always have at least two guys pressuring up the boards. And there's just no easy breakout because of our weak side forecheck. It just prevents that easy breakout for the AI opponents. Eves is going to be onside. And he has the goal in this game, or one of the two goals in this game, for the Ottawa Senators. I don't know who has the other one. Marchand plays it wide. Come on. Oh, we're flat-footed. Dumoulin flat-footed, saved by Price. I tried to clear that puck as best as I could. Net front. Cover. Going to be a lot of whistles if we get action like that from Ottawa. All right, I'm not trying to stir up any fights. I don't think either team really wants a fight right now. It's overtime. You've played a lot more hockey than you probably want to so far in this game. Oh, I didn't even realize that had happened on that flip play out. That was a nice play, though, by Krug. It was the right idea. You don't want to spend any more time in your defensive zone than you have to in this period, in an overtime. And there it is. We're going to be going to Game 5. So the Sens avoid the sweep and they hand the Canadiens their first loss of the playoffs. It will not be a 16-0 run. That's why you win faceoffs, especially in the attacking zone. Quick faceoff win, quick shot. Oh boy, is there gonna be a reverse sweep? Hold on. Hold on to your hats. This Senators team is not done yet. I got to give credit to this team. They played really well in this game. Ottawa did. They played a great game. They did exactly what they needed to do to stave elimination off on home ice. They got a couple of good bounces. This was a good bounce for us, a good break for us to get the game into overtime, but ultimately, Turris wins the faceoff with a skate, Weirkoch 5-hole, and we'll see you later back in Montreal.